Leah, and I'm so happy that your water didn't break because I was kind of freaking out about that today. Okay, guys, so again, yeah, we are going to talk about time management, which is a little bit ironic because I am a talker, so I'm going to keep things within that time constraint. If I haven't met you yet, I'm excited that we get to change that tonight. My name's Amy Ward, Amy from Arkansas. That's really all you need to know. I am a mom and a group fitness instructor. And why the heck am I even qualified to talk to you about time management in the first place? So when I started this business, I started it, I think I've been in for 18 months. I haven't been in for 2 years yet. We make jokes about it because I'm too busy, I guess you could say, to even sit there and count the months, and I'm bad with numbers. But Leah's inspired me to be better and to be more on top of that. But when I got started with this business, I actually said yes to Zaya in probably the busiest season of my life. So I'm not going to make you do math. Now I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. I was teaching 15 group fitness classes a week. I was a master trainer for Beachbody Live, and I was traveling at least 2 weekends out of the month, and my husband had started a new job and he was gone for training. So things were insane, to say the least. Oh, and until 2.5 months ago, my kids were never in formal daycare. They were stage 5 clingers, and they were with me at all times. So that's to say that if I can make it happen, anybody can make it happen. And we have experienced exponential growth, and it has been just a crazy ride so far. So I get asked that a lot, like, how did you make it happen? In 15-minute blocks, so 15-minute chunks. And the thing is, you don't need to have an hour, right? So I am somebody that, well, reformed. I'm a reformed perfectionist because Zaya has pushed me out of my comfort zone. I don't have time to be a perfectionist. So if I can leave you with one thing, even starting at the beginning, the one thing I want you to get out of this is that done is better than perfect when it comes to time management, because perfection doesn't exist and action cures just about everything, okay? So instead of spending all of your time planning and worrying if it's good enough, it is. Action is better than that preparation. So just know that showing up consistently, even if it's C+ effort, because life is crazy, is better than inconsistently showing up with A+ effort. Okay. So I hope that gives you a little bit of inspiration, depending on what your crazy busy schedule is. My schedule's still pretty busy, so I get told that all the time too, or kind of asked that, like, will you do it full time? Zaya now at this point is my primary source of income, but I still don't do it full time. I do other things, and I have other time commitments. So I am not working this business 40 hours a week. My days are spread out. That's, I guess, the benefit of being a fitness instructor, is that I'm not in a traditional work setting. So I can break up my days a little bit more, and that's going to be personal for you. I can't tell you where you can put your 15 minutes. You're going to have to figure that out. And we are going to do 3 things. So right now, get out pen and paper. I hope you have one. If you don't, get it out now. Or if you're on your phone, go into the notes. Unless you're driving, then definitely don't do that. Okay? So we're going to talk about income producing behaviors and what that means for you with time management. So I want you to do one thing right now. I want you to write down the thing about Zaya that you're most excited about right now. It could be the teddy bear, hoodie, sweater thing coming out tomorrow. It doesn't have to be big, okay? So I want you to do that right now. Just whatever's on your heart, do that. And I want you to write down 3 people that you need to talk to about Zaya. Either you've been meaning to talk to them about it, it's a hostess you need to follow up with, it's somebody, whatever. 3 people that you need to talk to about Zaya. And then you have to do one more thing for me, and that is write down tomorrow. Look at tomorrow. I know I'm taking you all over the place. We don't have a lot of time. So I want you to think about tomorrow, and I want you to find a 15-minute block in your schedule. Maybe you set your alarm 15 minutes earlier. Maybe you take 15 minutes of your lunch break. Maybe you get in car line 15 minutes early to pick your kids up, whatever it is. Find your 15 minutes, right? Because I think that a lot of times an hour feels overwhelming. I have little kids hanging off of me at all times, okay? Like, to sit down uninterrupted for an hour is not realistic to me. And I think that thinking that I have to have a whole hour to complete something is intimidating. I feel like I'm gonna fail before I even start, and that keeps me from acting. But everybody's got 15 minutes. Even if you're at work in a shift work situation, you can find 15 minutes. You can find one 15-minute block. So if you did that 4 times a day, maybe before you went to work, at lunch, mid-afternoon, or at night before you went to bed, that was an hour. You have 40 15-minute blocks in a 10-hour Zaya work week. And so if it's a focused 15 minutes, that's going to be better than a distracted hour. Because I don't know, like, let me know, seriously, if you, and I'm so blind and I should have worn my glasses, but if you have questions, comment them. Make sure that you wrote those things down, because that's going to be your homework. We are going to do that stuff tomorrow in your 15-minute block. Okay? Well, part of it. We're going to do part of that tomorrow in your 15-minute block. We're going to talk about what that 15-minute block should look like. And here's what I'm going to tell you. It should not look like scrolling social media and pretending that you are working. Okay. And I know, oh my gosh, sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, but there's one other thing that I want you to take. I'm just kidding. I got like 20 things I want you to take out of this, but here's the next thing I want you to take out of this, okay, is that busy is not productive. Busy and productive are not the same thing. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be busy for no reason. And busy isn't really attractive, right? Who wants to talk to somebody that's too busy for anything? I don't. And I don't want that to come across in the communication that I have with people. So I want to be focused and I want to be productive. And ultimately what that does is it allows me to be more present when my kids are around, instead of trying to do 5 different things at once, because also that doesn't work out well either. I feel like I've worked all day and then I have not been effective. I've just been busy, and busy Amy is stressed Amy. And especially going into the holidays, I think that that is so important. So I am a huge fan of Eric Worre and his book, Go Pro. And a lot of those tips come from him. And then also Ray Higdon. He is awesome. Anything he says is like pure gold in my opinion. So here's the thing. If you can, take Sunday night, take 1 day a week, or whatever time that you have, and do it consistently, where you map out what your week is going to look like. So successful people operate off of a calendar instead of a to-do list. To-do list, super overwhelming, yes? But if you have something scheduled on your calendar, and this applies to workouts too, you have that natural accountability to it. You also don't have anything to feel guilty for if you say, hey, can you watch the kids for 15 minutes? Hey, I'm going to sit here for 15 minutes. You can give yourself 15 minutes. You owe it to yourself, and you owe that to your business. Okay. So that's something else I want you to keep in mind with time management. If it feels easy, and when I say easy, I don't mean comfortable. Okay. So I still want you to be uncomfortable, because that is going to help you grow. But uncomfortable and stressed are also 2 different things. So if it feels easy, like you could do it every day, you could make it happen, even if, like, I don't know, the sink exploded and all the things went wrong, you could still find 15 minutes to get stuff done. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about what needs to happen in that 15 minutes. Now, in an ideal situation, we could do everything and follow up with all the people. And yeah, you would be working in that hour or in that 9 to 5 setting. But I want to talk to you about this, and I think it's so important that your focus needs to be on income producing activities. So what does that look like? It does not, let's talk about what it doesn't look like. It does not look like scrolling social media. and laughing at memes. I love memes. I love finding the perfect GIF or GIF to send to everybody, but that is not, that's not productivity. It doesn't look like tweaking a graphic. On my perfectionists out there, it doesn't look like tweaking a graphic, one graphic for 15 minutes when there's an entire Zaya marketing designs group full of awesome content. Don't feel like you need to reinvent the wheel. So we are going to talk about best practices on the second half of this. And that's something I want you to keep in mind, even with your own time management. I still operate in these confines because I'm bringing people onto my team that are working 2 or 3 other jobs that don't have time. And I think that that's one of the most important things that you can do for yourself in this business to stay authentic when you are bringing people into the opportunity and to keep yourself real as a mentor. And I say this, I train fitness instructors. It's never forget what it feels like to be brand new, or what it felt like when things were hard or when things were different, because that is going to allow you to connect with your people, and that needs to be at the forefront. But back to those income producing activities. So what does it look like? It looks like expanding your network, reaching out to people. I don't mean spending an hour crafting the perfect social media post. I mean like texting your friends. I mean reaching out. If cold messaging is your thing, or someone's been commenting on your stuff, reaching out, talking to people, sending messages. And when I say sending messages, I don't mean copy and paste and just blast because you feel stressed. I mean, take the time to make an authentic connection with 3 people. You have more time? Cool. Do it with 4 or 5. Follow up with customers. Follow up with hostesses. Focus on that income producing activity. If you have a party going on right now, that's what you need to be focusing on. So even these calls, all of the stuff in the groups, we're going to talk about personal development here in a second too. All of that stuff is amazing, and it's essential to your business if you have the time for it, if you've already taken care of your priorities. Because if you only have a certain amount of time, and you had an hour in your day and you're only listening to this call, get off right now and go message people and talk to people. It feels like in this business, even for me, because I want to show up for people, sometimes it feels like you're drinking from a fire hose, and sometimes it feels like you're drinking from a fire hydrant. But I want you to remember that you are the owner of your business. You are the one that's in control. You're in control of that information. So it's about making that time for yourself, setting that time aside. So maybe that means you show up for 1 call a week, and you catch the replay on the other ones when you're driving in the car. Or maybe you don't miss those. Either way, whatever that is for you, no guilt there either. You have to make that plan. You have to stick to your commitments, and you have to stick to your boundaries. So a big part of time management is honoring those boundaries. So I recommend that you set your day up with the calendar, and that you work off of that calendar instead of a to-do list, so that you feel focused, you feel effective, and you do not feel overwhelmed. Okay, so what I want you to do right now on that note is get your phone out, or if you're on your computer right now, I want you to, we've got 3 minutes, okay? I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes, and you are going to go message 3 people right now. Right now, do it. And I did this in my group. So I actually did a 10-minute power session based off of something Ellie produced, which was like totally awesome because Ellie's awesome, and tweaked it a little bit to how it works for my day. And I went live and we all did it together. So 3 minutes starts now. I'm going to do it too, because I would never ask somebody to do something that I'm not willing to do. So I am going to follow up with 3 people. And you know what? I bet it doesn't even take the 3 minutes. All right. So, and it's even more helpful if you have a list going on. So I need to get my parties closed out so that I can qualify for that bonus. So I'm going to message a hostess. About her rewards. I was trying to hunt down a Dream Big sweatshirt for somebody, so I'm going to follow up with her. Even if you're just getting the conversation started, it doesn't have to be a novel. I had someone show interest on a post today that I know I need to reach back out to. So I'm saying, hey girl, I saw that you interacted on that post about the starter kit. Do you have any questions? Or can I send you more info? Period. We have a whole minute left. You got a whole minute left. Dang, Ellie, beating everybody. Dun, dun, dun. And if you're watching the recording also, because that's important, you have to do it too, because we blocked that time out. That's what we did. Because the most important thing that you can do is talk to people and take care of those parties. If you had a party going on. 30 seconds. Should be doing more, but you know. And the key here too, well, I'm not going to talk because I want you deserve to be focused and I'm going to distract you. We got 10 seconds. We're done. Okay, so here's the deal. Even if you only messaged one person, that was probably one more person than you were going to message today, right? Or you did it sooner and now you freed up more time for something else that you wanted to do on your list. So something is better than nothing. That's great. That's great, Cheryl. That's awesome. It's not about that. So, okay, there we go. We got that taken care of. Now let's talk about best practices. And I want to tie that into time management. So I want you to think big picture for your business. Like, and if you heard me speak at Summit, you have to show up today, even if you are one person, you have to show up as the leader that you want to be if you had 1,000 people following you, okay? So when you make decisions, you have to make decisions for your future self too. So what I want you to get out of this is that, or this section of it, is that if you can't duplicate what you're doing, then it doesn't matter. So if you can't teach somebody else to do it and them do it effectively, it's irrelevant. You need to be focusing on the behaviors that you can duplicate that other people can duplicate too. Okay. So actually in this business, like your special sauce isn't being like the most amazing Beyonce rock star, because that is not relatable. Your strength in this business is being relatable, is doing the work and doing the work, not trying to cheat the system, doing the work as if you were setting the example for your team. So every single thing that you do, you are the example. It's like your business is your baby. And I don't mean to say it like this, but this is how I feel. Like I'm a very like mama bear person. Like I just have those instincts in me. And so I'm like mama bear to my team, and your kids are watching you do stuff. It's kind of the same thing. So whether you told them to go do it or not, they're watching you. They're looking to you as the guide, as the compass for the things that you do. So everything that you say and everything that you do matters. And this applies to you whether it's day one or day however many you've been in this. It doesn't matter, because you have to think in terms of the future team. So if you're doing the most and working 50 hours a week and you're losing money, then that's what your team is going to do. And that's not good. That's not a good practice. So what you want to focus on, the most important thing that you can do, is find something that is sustainable, that you can do consistently. Consistency beats out anything over time. anything over time. Even if somebody has a crazy, amazing $20,000 month, there's a really good chance that they're not going to do it the next month. And if they do, eventually it's not sustainable because something has to suffer. And I think that I know the reason that we do this business is that it's fun. So if it stops being fun, go back and find why it was fun. Go back, and whether it's because you're excited about, I don't know, like, I really love this hoodie. I'm in it for the hoodie. I'm in it for that feeling. So whatever that is for you, go back to the part of it that was fun. It is supposed to be fun. The whole point is that you're not chained to a desk working a 9 to 5, and you have freedom to do those things and the ability to earn a crazy amount of money for helping other people do what you do. So if you are going to be successful in this business and you're going to grow a team, you are going to have to help other people do what you do. So keep that in mind. Set that example, lead by example. And that doesn't mean ignore your family and work 1 million hours a week and answer text messages at 1 a.m. Boundaries, set them. They're good. That's a good practice. So I was really competitive as a master trainer, and we have ranks and we had all these crazy things. And one thing that my manager said to me was that you have to honor your boundaries as much as you honor your goals, because your boundaries protect the rest of your life. And that's important. So I want you to set some non-negotiables for things that really matter to you, that even if you sold $1 million on whatever date, would it really be, if you sold $1 million, if you had the intention to like sell $1 million worth of boyfriend sweaters, or you only ended up selling $10 worth, would the decision still be the same? Would you still be happy with yourself? That's important. So if I'm going to ignore my kids for this amount of time because I think that I'm just going to make this money and I'm going to be miserable and whatever, and it doesn't work out that way, am I still going to feel good about myself? Am I still going to feel good about that decision? And I think that that's really important too, because there can't be shame in this business. Like, you have to own it and be proud of that with your decisions. Okay, so that's important. Duplication, consistency, and with that, you have to show up in some capacity every single day. You have to show up in your VIP groups. You have to show up on social media to beat the algorithm. If you've heard me talk before, I talk about the algorithm like it's the Matrix, but seriously, you have to show up. You have to show up for your future team, even if they're not there yet. You have to show up for them. And sometimes that may mean showing up for you, okay? So showing up, consistently showing up, and making sure that whatever you're doing, somebody on day one could learn and could duplicate. All right, so perfectionism is the enemy of this business, and action is the cure. So write down right now, take your pen back out, and I want you to write down, I'm good enough. Do it right now. I'm not even kidding. And I'm committed to being better. If you can do anything that makes you better today than you were yesterday, even the tiniest thing, maybe it's that you went and drank like another glass of water. I don't know. You were better, okay? And that's what we have to focus on. That's what we have to celebrate. So I hope that we're gonna shift gears a little bit on that note too. So everything you're doing is setting an example. You have to, and I'm gonna get into some details for how to maximize your earnings also, but I think that this is really important too, to setting that foundation. If you wanna have a healthy business, you have to have a healthy body and a healthy mind. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You have to do personal development every single day. And if you're like, Amy, you just told me 15 minutes. That's not an income producing activity. Your income producing activities are going to suck if you are stressed out and you're pouring from an empty cup. 10 minutes. Don't go down the personal development rabbit hole. 10 minutes, and then take action on one of those things. So maybe it's just about showing appreciation, something to get your mind right. Maybe it's just 10 minutes earlier. Find we're 10 minutes before bed and you are just focusing on things that you appreciate. Okay. So you have to do that. You have to be committed to it. And especially this time of the year, it's the hardest because I'm a mom. I'm sure a lot of you are moms, whether you are or not. Most of us are women here. And I think that it's safe to say that we tend to put our needs last on the list. So you have to show up for yourself in that capacity for you. And ultimately, you are pouring back into your business. Right now, your business is your baby, right? So what do we tell mamas with new babies? That you need to take that minute for yourself and you need to go shower. So I'm not naming any names. No, I'm kidding. I showered for this. So anyway, but if that's your thing, if you need to go shower, whatever that is, that's going to fill your cup up just a little bit. Okay. And that's something else I want to talk to you about. So starve yourself to feed your business. This was something that Natalie Robison said forever ago. And sorry, oh, good. I haven't ran over yet. Okay. So Natalie Robison said this forever ago and I love it. And it's something that stuck with me. So what does that look like? Maybe it looks like instead of buying new releases for yourself every week and maxing out and using all those hostess credits, hey, it's your prerogative, it's your business. Maybe that looks like using those hostess credits for giveaways in your group or for incentives for your team. You don't have to buy every single new release every week. And going back to that whole your team is your baby and looking up to you, then that means they think that they have to buy every single new release to be successful because they're defining you as success. And I want you to protect your money. I want you to feel awesome about it and be excited instead of feeling like you're in the hole. And then now we need Marie Kondo in here to like clean out your 2,000 pairs of black leggings. You know what I'm saying? So that can get a little crazy too. So I want you to think about that. And maybe starve yourself, feed your business looks like not watching Grey's Anatomy anymore. I don't know, whatever that is, whatever it is. Maybe it's that that you work on your phone while you're getting a pedicure, whatever that is, whatever you've got going on, and whatever that means to you, think about that. Think about some way that you could pour back into your business a little bit more if you are feeling that lack, okay? Let's talk about party links though. And let's talk about using those to maximize your business. So I look at things, I think probably from a little bit different perspective than Leah does, because I am not like super numbers driven in that sense, which is awesome. It's awesome because that's something else that I want you guys to all know is that there is no one single way to do this business that is the catch-all be-all. You make it work for you. You're partnering with something. At the end of the day, it really is you. And you are that product. And also, that's why you have to make sure that you're pouring into yourself because people are going to want to work with you. And people are going to want to buy from you. And they're going to want to show up because you're showing up. So if you get to that point where you feel like you can't, then that is definitely counterproductive. But back on the party links. So I think that you should make sure that you have a party link open for yourself at all times, no matter what. Instead of using my rep discount or using my hostess rewards on those parties, I actually purchase at full retail. I purchase at full retail because I want you to, again, to go back and think about that big picture with your business. When you do have all of this going on and things are more intense and you are trying to reach those goals. When you are purchasing at full price, you can run it through a party link, which means you can get more rewards. You're also going to get yourself to those benchmarks quicker. So you're going to get yourself to the $200 faster because you're doing it at basically a 25% faster rate when you're doing that. So you're going to get to 200 faster. You're going to get to $600 faster. Ultimately, what I want for you, I want you to get to that $1,000 faster so that you can get that additional 8% commission override on all of the other things. So I'm committed to getting that $1,000. So that's why I do that. And then also, I have those hostess rewards that I can use to reward my reps, or to reward my customers, or I can raffle them off as a mystery hostess, because I don't want you to give away all of your money. But I was using my rep discount in the wrong way in the beginning, when we were figuring things out and things were crazy in the beginning, because everybody was still figuring it out. And hey guys, newsflash, we're all still figuring it out and we're all still adjusting. So we've got to link arms and do that together. But that is something that I did, and that affects your lifetime personal volume. So if you're trying to reach that $10,000, you're committed to getting to director, and you are purchasing a lot of stuff, yeah, so even if you're offering a discount to somebody, you're better off to purchase it at full price instead of at the discounted price. You owe yourself, be committed to that if that's something that you're willing to commit to. Now, if you are just doing this as a hobby to get the discount on the clothes, do the math on it, see if it works out with what you're buying. But ultimately, it's still a better deal to purchase at retail and get those rewards through the party link over the 5%, okay? Over the 25%. It still works out better in the long run. So I hope that that's helpful. You also need to go in and look at your parties. So let's say you have a party that's at $500 and it's not going to get to $600. Go in and look at those orders that could be moved over into your other party. Keep racking those hostess credits up for yourself. If they're at $1,100 and it's not enough, find $100 or close to $100 worth of order numbers in there, email customer service on the order with the order number and the party number, party ID, and get it moved over there before the end of the month. So we are at the end of the month. Start doing that right now. Maybe that's what you do after we get off here tonight. Go look at anything that can be moved around. Don't let it go to waste, because $1,000 adds up really, really quickly. And especially if you're new, I don't want you to spend money to give stuff away. I want you to maximize on your investment and to see that return on investment as soon as you can. So that's something else too. Let's say you are starving your business, you're starving yourself and feeding your business. You have that $200 gift card that you get in your starter kit. Think about what you could do with that. Think about what your reps could do with that. Maybe they could portion it off and offer up the code for free shipping or something like that. But I don't believe in going into debt on the front end of this. And one of the most appealing things about this business is that we aren't required to carry inventory. So don't go in the negative and be making no money by the time you incentivize your team and do giveaways in your VIP groups. So be smart about that. We are coming up on a lot of flash sales, right, for Black Friday. And this is something that I told my team yesterday. We talked about it. So I want you to, first and foremost, you need to, and this is something that Natalie Robeson said too, from I don't know, I probably creeped videos from way back and forever when I came on. And it's one of those things that stuck with me. You need to protect your rep discount. Do not give people 25% off. If they want 25% off, they can become a rep. So it should never be that full discount. You signed up for it. You have done that. Okay. So if you are going to do flash sales, the way that I like to do flash sales is more like a Kohl's Cash or Express kind of thing, where if you buy this today, then you get a $10 gift card to use before February 1st. Yeah. So instead of being out money, I got them to commit to one purchase. And then also I just got a follow-up purchase, and I got a reason, an easy reason, a non-awkward reason to follow up with them, because now I can message them that week before and be like, hey, your gift card's going to expire. Do you want to spend it? Yeah, so I think that those are good ideas instead of being out money on those things. So this is another, just another thought. If you are going to owe yourself that and you are taking your business seriously as a business, which you should be, that's pretty much the premise of Eric's book, GoPro, is that, are you treating yourself as a professional or as an amateur? Is this a business? Are you a business owner or are you an amateur? The answer is you are a professional. So act accordingly with that. Also, with that being said, as far as like boundaries and best practices, unless they're overseas, like, I don't know, people are not answering my real customer service questions at 2 in the morning. Okay. So keep that in mind too. You can have those boundaries. You can set those boundaries with your customers. At some point, you do have to train your customers also. And that ties into this. If you are consistently doing flash sales and giveaways at the end of the month, you are training your customers to wait. You're training them to wait till the end of the month. If you're constantly running flash sales with discounts off, they know that you are going to do it eventually and they will wait. And that is not what you want. That's not what you want. So that's why I recommend the gift card, or $150 and you get a bomber bra or a beanie. Keep adding into your business. Keep feeding your business. And if you are a leader and you have a smaller team, even if you don't, give them Zaya gift cards. Feed back into your business. They can use those gift cards as giveaways in their parties. Okay? Like, don't go commission to have something made that says Zaya Active Independent Rep on it when they just got started and you spent $30 by the time shipping came around. Go spend $15. Feedback into your business, into their business, into the whole organization. And when you're new in Zaya, you want all the things. So, and you can also tell them that they can use that for whatever they want. You can purchase it underneath their account if you want to also. And I think that's a really smart way to do things, so that you are seeing that big return on investment and you're not giving your whole paycheck away either, because you work hard for that. You've earned it. And here's something else that I want to leave you with. If you lead with a discount, people don't believe you. Like, I know that sounds crazy. And you're like, what do you mean? What do they not believe? Like, they just don't believe you. It's like, well, why? Now I'm skeptical, because the price was already good. The price point is already good. And ultimately, what they get by purchasing that is you. I don't know if you've ever tried on leggings at Walmart or at TJ Maxx or at Target. Nobody gives a crap about whether you liked those leggings or not, whether they look good on you, whether they're a good fit. Like, you are a virtual personal shopper. Okay. And so that's what they get. They get amazing customer service, and you're building those relationships. So don't feel like you need to discount the business. Don't feel like you need to discount anything, because you don't need to discount yourself. Okay. Hang on. Let me see. Brandy. Okay. You feel like you get this question a lot because Zaya doesn't cover this fee. Do I just set this boundary that I don't pay on what? I'm sorry, Brandy. What fee? For shipping on returns. Okay, so here is what you need to do. And actually, I don't have a great way to send that to you. Okay, so paypal.com/shiplabel/create. You can make your own labels on PayPal and send back first class. It should be like $4 or $5. You will not be spending $12 to $15. Don't go to the post office. You can send it to your people if you want to. So this is just me personally. I'm just sharing, for shipping on returns in Canada. I thought that exchanges in Canada were covered now. So for me in the US, I do not pay return shipping on something that's not an exchange unless they are a loyal customer. Sorry. Because I'm going to do everything that I can to try and exchange it. And that is something, Brandy, that you need to do, is look at how much you can afford to spend on that. So PayPal, I'll type it out, actually. I think I can. Ship label create. I think this will work. I have it saved on my phone. So you can just print labels without doing a major order, and it's discounted even to what the post office is. So I just have customers, I have a kitchen scale and I've weighed leggings, so I kind of know. I overestimate. If you do happen to underestimate on it, the cool thing is, like, PayPal is just like, hey, you didn't pay enough, pay an extra 50 cents, and then you do, and nothing comes back, and it's not weird. So I actually I think I can share it in Zaya Life. Maybe I did a recording on how to do those labels, but that's been something that has helped me because as a mom with my stage 5 clinger kids on me at all times, going to the post office is a nightmare. And I know it's a nightmare for a lot of my customers. So I do that. That's something that I cover, especially on the exchanges. I send them that label. They can tape it back up in the Zaya bag and you can put it in your mailbox and put the flag up and the mailman will get it if you had mail delivered. Okay, so do you guys have any questions? Because I know I did. I went too long. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's so much to say. There's always so much to say. Okay. Any questions? Okay, Kayla. So Kayla asked, does it let you change the sender address? It lets you enter the zip code that it's going to be shipped from. Awesome. Thank you so much. And Natalie, if that's okay, I can post that video in Zaya Life also. Thanks, guys. You are awesome. And Leah's amazing. And we all needed that so much. Have a super happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.